Hey you guys, today's video is going to be a eyebrow tutorial using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow Pomade. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Let's get right into it. Alright, so here goes some of the products that you would need in order to complete. I'm using the Dipbrow Pomade, so I will be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow Pomade in the shade Ebony. And also you will need your concealers to carve out your eyebrows. Concealers are definitely important for when you are doing your eyebrows because it allows you to be able to give that sharpness or whatever. So I'm actually going to use the LA Girl Pro Concealer concealers. I am using it in 3 shades. I'm using dark cocoa. This is the dark cocoa. I'm also going to use the Fawn, and I'm going to mix it with Chestnut on the bottom of my brows, and I'm going to use dark cocoa for the top just to take away the risk of having a halo brow. And then you're going to need of course your brushes. So this is just a regular flat shader brush to be able to carve out your brows with the concealer. It's not fancy at all. It's just a regular flat shader brush. This is very important for when you are carving out your brows with the concealer. You want to give a precise look, so you would definitely want to make sure that it is like really flat. And then you're going to use like an angled flat shader brush to be able to use the Dipbrow pomade. So this is just a BH Cosmetics angled flat shader brush. So this is also very important for your eyebrows for when you are using the pomade. And then what we're going to need is some razors. Now I use eyebrow razors because you may need to, you may need to sharpen up your natural brows before you can start with any product. Another thing that I like to do, which is optional depending on how you like your brows to be, but I like my brows to be very sharp and very precise. So in order to achieve that look, I like to go in with the eyebrow pencil so that I can get that sharpness after I do apply the pomade. So with that being said, I just like to use this Ruby Kisses GoBrow pomade, GoBrow eyebrow pencil. And this is just like in the shade light medium brown. So it's a drugstore. Get it from the beauty supply. It really does not matter. You can use whatever wooden pencil that you like to use. I personally like this for the drugstore. And it also comes with a spoolie on the end, and the spoolie is also very important for when you are doing your brows, so it gives that gradient natural look. And then you're going to use some pressed powders. These pressed powders are actually just from Shop Miss A. I have it in one in the shade Toffee and the other in the shade Chestnut. I like to mix these two together. And so you're going to use the pressed powders to be able to set your eyelids once you get done with your eyebrows. And then you're going to use these two type of brushes. I got both of these brushes from Shop Miss A. They are just alike. One is just a little angled and the other one is just like a small flat kabuki brush. I use these to be able to blend out the concealer once I do apply under and on top of my brows. I love these brushes. And then we're going to use our handy dandy old touch-up mirror. Touch-up mirror is definitely important for when you are doing anything that requires like precision and stuff, because you want to make sure that you get every little detail. You want to make sure that everything is right. Let's get started with the brows. All right, so first what you're going to do is you want to clean up your brows in order to reduce the risk of like eyebrow hairs showing throughout, your filled in brows. So what you're going to do is you're going to use a eyebrow razor. This is a regular eyebrow razor from the dollar store, from the beauty supply, which is like $1. So I like to use an eyebrow razor to just trim up around my eyebrows. As you can see, I really don't have much eyebrows, but you want to work with the ones that you do have. And then you also want to use a spoolie. A spoolie, like I said earlier, is very important. It's very important for when you are doing your eyebrows. All right, so once that is dried down or whatever, this when you want to go in with your angled brush and your Dipbrow pomade. You're just going to dip it into. You don't want to put too much product on the brush because it allows you to be a little, you know, a little dark, especially if you don't like dark eyebrow. I really don't care for a dark eyebrow, but you just want to make sure that you do get it into it. You want to make sure that you do get it, and then you want to like scrape it off on the side, just like I said, so you won't get too much product onto the brush. And when you are pretty satisfied with how the product is on the brush or whatever, this is when you want to go straight into your eyebrows. Now, this is when a touch of mirror becomes very important. You want to make sure that you have a mirror that you can be able to see up close, so you can actually see what you're actually doing. I cannot just look into this camera and just do it. I have to literally look into my touch-up mirror. So I have my touch-up mirror right here, and you're just gonna line up. Now this is the part that you really want to pay attention to. You want to make sure that when you are drawing, when you are filling your brows in, that you go a little bit past your natural brow. And what that means is this. See, I went a little bit past. Like my natural brow starts, like my natural brow hair starts like right here, but I went a little bit past. And you want to see why that is very important once we get, you know, towards the end of the tutorial. You definitely want to take your time. When you take your time on your makeup, that's when it comes out the best. So you definitely want to take your time. Don't be in a rush to do your brows, because honestly, if your brows are a mess, it's going to throw off your whole look, and I don't like that. So yeah, I like to take my time on. All right, so once you have the line from the Dipbrow pomade on the bottom part of your brows, this is when you want to go in. Like I said, this step is optional. You don't have to do this, but I like to do this. And what I like to do is just go on top of that with the wooden eyebrow pencil, just to make it a little bit more precise, because it is a pencil and not like, you know, like sticky product. So just want to go right on top of it and like straighten it out, make it a little bit more precise and sharp. Depending on how your brows are, like I said, I rarely have brows, so I don't have much of a tail end. So I like to go a little bit past my natural tail end just to elongate it a little bit. All right, so once we have that, it may look a little chunky. The line may look a little chunky, but like I said, that's when the concealer becomes your best friend. So the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to use your spoolie again, and you're going to brush that product right up into those brows. And it's the steps of becoming a little bit more natural. All right, and then get the brow pomade again, and you're going to go straight on with, make sure that you go a little bit further back with the top, and I'm going to show you how you do that. So you want to start like right here, and then draw that line. All right, so you see that? So you don't want to start right where you started with the bottom line. You want to start a little bit after. And that just creates a gradient look, a more natural look. Like I did for the bottom, I'm going to do the top the exact same way. Go in with my wooden pencil and just go on top of that dip brow. You want to make sure that before you even go in with your concealer that you have a really good outline of how you want your brows to look. You don't want to just put a blob of product on your eyebrows and then just try to fix it with concealer, because I actually used to do that and I stopped doing that because I realized that my eyebrows didn't look good in the end. So you definitely want to make sure that you do get a good look of how you want your brows to look. Like if you mess up, you can definitely just go in with the concealer and just fix it up. All right, so I'm going to do the other brow just like this, and I'm going to be right back. All right, you guys, so I just went ahead and did the other brow off camera. Now I saved this part just for you guys to be able to see. Now, as you guys can see, I did not do the beginning of my brows yet because I want to really show you guys how you will really get that natural gradient look, because you don't want a harsh brow. You don't want a brow that's just all the same color. You want it to create, some type of gradient. You want it to be able to be like light to dark, you know, like something like that. You want to go in with your pomade, and you want to go in with your little small angle brush, and that's why it's important for you to be able to use a small angled brush instead of just like a regular flat shader brush, because the angle brush definitely just gets into those brows, allows it, you know, for you to not be able to put too much product onto your brows. So you want to go in with your product, and you want to make sure you don't want to put too much product on your brush because you don't want it to be very harsh. You want to put a light amount of product onto your brush, and then you want to just go into the beginning of your brows, and you just want to like stroke it through. You want to create like little hair strokes, just like that. And like I said, it looks a little weird, but once you start to conceal your brows, you will definitely see it coming together. All right, and then you're going to go in with your spoolie and just brush that out to make it all come together. All right, so now you see it looks a lot natural than it just did. All right, so this is the fun part. I actually love doing this part. My LA Girl Pro Concealer. I'm going to use 3 different shades actually. I'm going to use dark cocoa. This is dark cocoa for the top of my brows, because it's a lot more like my skin shade, you know. And then I'm going to mix Fawn, which is this color. I'm going to mix Fawn, and I'm going to mix Chestnut together to get more of like a lighter look on the bottom of my brow. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and mix these 2 shades together so that we can start carving out the bottom of our brows. So I just put some on the back of my hand and just mix it. It's also the part that really takes the most time because it requires a lot of concentration. You want to make sure you're not talking, because things can go left real quick. You can get concealer into your eyebrow hairs. You can make your brows a little bit too thin. You can make them a little bit too boxy. Things can go wrong when you are definitely carving out your brows. So you want to be very focused. I like to start at the end of my brows when I'm carving out, because I'm able to really see like the actual shape of my, all right. You want to actually apply the product first, and then you want to use that product that you applied onto your eyebrows. So you don't put too much product on your eyebrow hairs, because it's the quickest way for things to go left. All right. See everything that's coming together already. Then you're going to bring that product down. Once you get done using it, you're going to bring it down. you see? And this is more of like a natural brow. I typically would probably, I could go a little bit more thicker with my brows when I'm doing like an actual like look. But when it's like more of like a natural day, just like eyebrows and lashes, I'm gonna do like my eyebrows a little bit on like a little bit thinner. The number one thing is you want to make sure that you do not go too far into your eyebrows to where concealer is in your eyebrow hairs. That is like the worst thing that can happen, honestly, because it just makes everything just go all wrong. I pretty much got this, you know, down packed with, you know, with the carving or whatever. Now I'm going to go with the other. I like to make sure that my tail end is like very sharp. I don't like a fat tail end. I cringe to see a fat tail end, you guys. I hate it. So I definitely want to make sure that I focus on my tail end. And when you're trying to really like get into the brow, you want to make sure that you use like the tip of the brush. You don't want to use it like this. You want to make sure that you like get it in there just like that, so you can really get into it without putting too much product onto the brow, because that's the quickest way to get some concealer into your brows when you're doing it like this, right against the brow. I promise you. And when you're doing them together like this, you're also able to see like if they line up together, because you definitely want to make sure that they're lined up together as close as possible. You don't want one brow to be up and one other brow to be down. You want to make sure that they're at the same level. Alright, so I got them where I want them. Let me fix this up a little bit. And you don't see no hairs picking out or nothing. Alright. Now I'm going to go in with the shade Dark Cocoa and do the top of my brow. I'm going to carve out the top of these brows, literally the exact same way that you carved the bottom. That on the back is right there. And I'm going to use my touch-up mirror, which I've been using. You guys just can't see it, but I'm definitely using this touch-up mirror to be able to actually see everything up close. And I like to start like I started at the end of my brows for the bottom. I like to start at the end of my brows at the top too. You see that? Alright, you guys, so you don't see this brow. I don't think you guys actually see the precision of this brow. Alright, you guys, I'm gonna do the other brow off camera and I'll be right back. Alright, you guys, so I'm back. I did the other brow off camera, and now comes the part where you blend the concealer out, because of course it looks a little crazy, so you're just gonna blend it out. And so what I like to do, I actually like to add a little bit more. I like to add a little bit more of product to what I already have, just because the product by now has like kind of dried out from just doing all of that filling in and carving out and stuff like that. So I just like to add a little bit more product to the bottom and the top of my brows, and then I like to just blend it out. So now I'm going to use my little small fleck kabuki brush, and I'm going to blend it out. I'm going to start off with the bottom first and just feather it on out. I'm going to make sure that you do get all patches and all of that out. It's very important, especially like for when you're getting ready to set. You want to make sure that everything is blended out. Alright, so this is the part I actually like to do. And basically you're gonna go in with your concealer shade, one that is like more closer to your color or closer to your foundation shade. You're gonna go in with it. In my case, it'll be like chestnut. So you're just gonna put a little line right in between those two brows to kind of separate it, because at this point you may like you have like a little unibrow or whatever, and you definitely don't want that. So you're just gonna separate those two brows just by putting a little bit of concealer in the between. And then you're gonna go in with your brush that you were just using, and you're just going to buff it out. Gonna buff it on right on out. It ain't nothing that much to do. Just flip it right on out, and then just separate it so that it won't look like a unibrow. And after that is blended, that's when you're gonna go in with your spoolie. Just do that, and it definitely looks a lot more natural now. All right, you guys, and so as you guys can see, everything is pretty much blended out. Now at this point you can just go in with like your face makeup or just the rest of your makeup if you are doing makeup that day or whatever. But yeah, so this is how my brows come out. Now I'm going to set it. I'm going to go in with my pressed powder, and I'm just going to set it using the other brush that I had earlier. Go in and just set it right on top, because it's very important to set your makeup. You don't want it to be looking all sweaty, and plus it's summertime. Well, summertime is like nearly approaching, so you don't want to be sweaty. I know I don't like that look, so it's definitely important for you to set your makeup and lock it in place. And it allows for a more natural look. Alright, you guys, so this is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys learned a lot from this video. I love how my eyebrows came out. This is more like a natural brow for me. This is the type of brow that I would do if I'm not doing any makeup that day, or if I'm just doing like a natural beauty, like a little foundation, a little concealer, you know, a little lashes or whatever. So yeah, I hope you guys liked it. Like this video, comment any other suggestions that you guys would like to see, and most importantly, subscribe to this channel. Alright, you guys, so this is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys learned a lot from this video. I love how my eyebrows came out. This is more like a natural brow for me. This is the type of brow that I would do if I'm not doing any makeup that day, or if I'm just doing like a natural beauty, like a little foundation, a little concealer, you know, a little lashes or whatever. So yeah, I hope you guys liked it. Like this video, comment any other suggestions that you guys would like to see, and most importantly, subscribe to this channel.